All right, hockey fans, welcome to the two old men who can't barely get up to.
There will always be a Panther fan channel first, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
okay.
So
give props to your team.
How about we'll work it this way? I'll say good morning, hockey fans, and when it's your turn, you can throw in the ad. All right. So like I was saying, welcome to two crabby old men in the morning who really didn't want to get out of bed. Okay. And you can tell. I texted Stu at like 7:45 and I'm like, I'm just waking up, man. Can we do 8:45? And I didn't even hear from him awake until like 8:30, which is when we're supposed to do the videos. So, all right.
You 8:13.
Yeah,
I'm usually up by then, but last night was a late night for me. It might be my birthday, but yeah. But we just made it, guys. This is where we push ourselves.
We're here. So good.
I don't know about you, but I didn't really want to do that. My eyes are like half awake.
Hey, I could have.
Anyway, we're dedicated.
I could have stayed in bed this morning and been doing something different. We'll leave it at that. All right.
Blind Fluffy Hockey, we are definitely dedicated to this channel, to the fans. We do it all for you guys.
Yeah, the Fluffy didn't even get me up, but that's enough for that. So now, what the hell? The only thing, and I know there's two schools of thoughts here, and I haven't even looked at the comments in the recap last night. I'm Ranger fans. Don't get excited yet, because that looked like two things. Number one, that looked like a Gerard Gallant team that came out with their asses on fire. And number two, that definitely looked like a team that didn't play in 9 days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we called. That's what we said. There were two things to take away from yesterday's video. And we said, what Tampa team's going to come out? The team that hasn't played in 9 days or whatever, rusty, stale, not with it.
Yeah.
Or a team that's just, destined for just winning it. It doesn't matter that they didn't play. Obviously, we saw a team that looked a little off that, again, practice is practice and game is game.
Right. And it got worse as the game went on, too.
Yeah, they just didn't look good. But it was a combination of another thing, and that was the Rangers were possessed.
Yeah.
They were doing all the right things. The forecheck was great. They were hitting. And then, the other thing that we mentioned, which we were, we're pretty much right. Not all the time, but pretty much most of the time.
Most of all the time.
Frank Petrano showed up.
Yep. That one showed up.
Goal and an assist, made an incredible breakup of a breakaway or a 2-on-1.
Yep.
And then he goes down and scores the goal. Right. And I think Vasilevsky should have had that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't that terrific of a snipe, but good enough.
Good enough. Hey, look, I mean,
you get those, listen there. 99% to me is you shoot it up in that under the bar and get the corner, that little 6-inch, whatever little window, you're going to score pretty much 99% of the time. The goalie can't, no matter if you're Vasilevsky,
you just can't do that high enough. Yeah,
they just can't. They can't react quick enough the way the puck's coming out. So
right.
Anyway,
so
obviously they get the goal on Vasilevsky, who showed he was human last night.
Right.
And maybe because he hasn't played in so many days that again, he's practice is practice, and don't forget, when you're in practice, you're not looking to. Not that the opposition is looking to hurt the goalie, but you're holding back on shots because you don't want to hurt your own goalie in practice.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
What I mean?
Yeah, there's no way to emulate a complete game situation at that point, especially not with the intensity of the playoffs. And the Rangers, they just been playing every other day for forever now. So for them, it's like a habit. They're in the groove.
Yeah, they're grooving. And now their confidence is
right. And that's the other key is So sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. We always step on each other. That's what makes this show so much fun.
Right.
How many comments do I get, Stu? You let Jaws talk.
Right.
That's because we're both ADD and we're brilliant minds, and the ideas come in real quick and go out real quick.
Exactly.
So, anyway, live with it, guys. Live with it.
Yeah.
We're doing comedy today.
Exactly.
Anyway, no, the Rangers are in a groove.
Yeah.
I agree with you that they shouldn't get so up, but that's got to be a big confidence booster. When in game 1, we said yesterday, is so important, especially in this series. And now it's just like Friday night. Let's just build on another one. Obviously, they put 6 goals behind Vasilevsky, and Cooper didn't pull him. Cooper didn't pull him with 4. I guess he figures he don't give a crap. They can run the score up to 10-1. It doesn't matter. He puts in his backup.
Yeah,
the reason why he did that is because he hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 9 days. Let him finish the game. Yeah.
So it's not like he's tired.
And so the interesting thing for me is I kind of had a feeling about this, and it doesn't look like so far, at least obviously game 1, Tampa did not play the style that they played against the Panthers. There was so much open ice. I'm watching all the Western Conference games, and I'm watching last night, and I'm going, why was it just special for us that we got what last night showed me was how badly we got outcoached in the round, the Panthers, because we had no adjustments, 4 games, and Tampa just absolutely locked it down. And now they've switched back to kind of their more normal style. And I'm wondering if to get game 2 under their belt, I said this last night, I'm wondering if they're going to kind of play that lockdown style in game 2 and then maybe try to get back home and open things back up, because we've seen them be able to win both ways, and they got to know they got to win. Tampa knows they can't go down 0-2. So I have a feeling that
I don't know about that. Any other team, I'd say, yeah. Let's put it this way: flip the scenarios, and I'd say, yeah. But look, the Rangers came back from 2-0. Tampa's come back. I mean, it's the way I approach it until it gets down to like the 5, 6, 7. It's one game at a time.
Well, actually,
the Rangers win. They go. Tampa goes home. Who knows what happens? But as far as their change of style of play, I just think they got outplayed. It didn't matter what they were playing. They just Rangers were buzzing around all night. They were just more aggressive, more They were in sync. They were grooving.
That we've seen that when a Gerard Gallant coach team is in the groove, it's 60 minutes of just constant energy. And if only there would have been a way to get a guy like that, at coach. I know that was a big dagger in your heart. Obviously, we can talk about it forever, but I mean, just the irony of,
it sucks that he's not coaching us, and it probably would have made a difference. But the reality is he's coaching the Rangers.
Yeah, I know.
One thing that I did like is the fact that he's got so much faith in that third line. So now I remember who the third member of that Lafreniere, Taco, and now it's Cito. Tytil. Whatever. And he's the guy that gets 2 goals last night.
Yep.
So that third line, the kid line that they call it, that third line's doing some damage. And then of course you got the bread man, doing his thing. And that goal, what was that? That was like early in the third period, 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds. 30 seconds into the third period. It was like just a one-timer. Just Vasilevsky was not good last night.
Was not good last night.
I'm not gonna say he was terrible, but maybe for him he was terrible.
Well, when you consider, look, you're only going into the third period 4-2, right? You haven't played well, but it's only 4-2. So okay, this is manageable. And I kind of figured Tampa would pull it together in the locker room and come out, make it 4-3, and then maybe we'd have a game. But like you said, 30 seconds in, and it wasn't a good goal. And I mean, look, it's easy for us to sit back in here and say it wasn't a good goal. I mean, who knows how, that shot's coming at you fast.
A lot of defensive mistakes yesterday, Eric.
Oh yeah. I mean, right off the bat, the first goal, I was like, they didn't do that against us. Kucherov gets beat. And it's funny because I in my review with Nick, in the preview with Nick, I said for Toronto and Hedman, but I thought Hedman for a good reason. But that first goal, I I didn't want to say this, but this is special for one bad Steve. Hedman pulled a Uyghur and just left his man all alone in front of the net. Now, in Hedman's defense, yes, Kucherov was getting beat, but you got to let him just get beat at that point and let let Vasilevsky take the shooter, and you can't leave Kreider just all alone. So that was when I saw that, I was like,
Well,
okay,
you can.
well, yeah, you can, but
good for you.
it's not going to work out, right? But yeah, to your point, when I saw that, I'm like, well, shit, the perfection was just special for the Panthers. Yeah, that look, that sums it up. That look, that sums it up. You know.
So game 2. So anyway,
Yeah.
Your recap was good last night, except I disagreed with you one thing because, when you said who would have thought something in the Vetrano would have gotten, and we did. We said yesterday's video.
Well, yeah,
but Vetrano, it could be a difference maker.
Yeah, what I meant was getting 3 in the one period. Remember, Panthers got 3 in 4 games. That's if you had that all happening in the second period. Remember, by the end of the second period, they had scored more goals than we scored the whole series.
Don't remind me. Well, one thing I'm smiling about is Vasilevsky's save percentage just got killed after yesterday.
Gosh. Yeah.
6 goals.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now of course we move to game 2.
Right.
And Rangers don't change anything.
No, why would they? No.
Don't change anything.
No.
I didn't like what happened at the end of the game. And this is typical Tampa.
Right.
And typical of some other teams, tough guys at, 1 minute left. Now, granted, the right guys were kind of sort of on the ice because Ryan Reeves was on the ice.
Right.
If it had been Panarin, and there was a game, and I'm not sure who it was against. Maybe it was, no. I'm trying to think of what game it was where the player basically picked up Panarin like a doll.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the game. Yeah.
So if someone can help me out on the comments. What game was that where that's why they went out and got Ryan Reeves, because they looked like a bunch of pussies in that game. Now, the game after, at the opening whistle, there was a whole, matchup, and they went at it. But it was a real dirty, scummy little freaking, had no place for that.
Right.
But Maroon, Mr. Tough Guy, man, I'm pissed off that the linesman was trying to separate them. Let them go at it, man.
Right. It doesn't do anything.
There was another pair, and Foot was punching, and I forget who the Ranger player was, but he was punching him. The referee should have went right over to him and goes, "You're out."
Right.
Keep one more punch, you're getting a 10-minute. One more punch, I'm sending it to league for a suspension.
Right.
Those guys should have been, the referees totally lost control of that. But I'm telling you, man, they should have let Reeves and Maroon go at it, because they've been wanting to go at it. Yeah. Basically, and I want to see Maroon get his ass kicked. I always root to see Reeves get his ass kicked because I think he's a bully. But I'm sick of Maroon, and I just, there was no need for that. Well, what were they doing? Sending a message? What kind of message?
Yeah, no, I mean,
tough guys.
Look, anyway. You're not going to intimidate a Gallant coach team. That's not this Ranger team. That's for certain. He's finally got the players to really play the style that he wanted to, and he's got the goaltender too. And that's the other thing.
Carolina did the same thing last series with D'Angelo.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I got. We got Edmonton and
got Edmonton and Colorado tonight.
I'd like to see Edmonton come back and tie it up. I'd like to see who's going to be in goal. I think Koskinen's going to be in tonight, but you never know. And then we got tomorrow.
No. And
go
ahead
before I forget. So I actually was up late last night and I fell asleep with the TV on. And I'm on YouTube, like watching videos. I was watching the thing with the Johnny Depp drop. And wouldn't you know, I woke up this morning to the 1974 Game 7 Rangers versus Philly in Philly.
Oh, wow.
So I'm recommending, if anybody, Jack I know, you're old Ranger fan and whatnot, but any of the like old school hockey fans, or maybe some of you kids who've never seen a hockey game from the early 70s,
It's something.
where nobody wore helmets and it was
Right.
just
And
like
you can
free
barely
for
see the
all.
puck.
Just go on YouTube and search Flyers versus Rangers, March 1974. I think it was game 7. And,
Right.
it's Park and Rolf and Nielsen and Sealing and,
Yeah.
Hatfield, Rattel and Gilbert and Stemkowski and Kachuk was wearing a face. It was really cool, but
Yeah.
what a difference in.
Oh, it's so much. I like I've said, I like to watch the old ones for the difference in the goalie play. I mean, the goalies back then versus now, it's like
Ed Jockerman versus Bernie Perrant.
They would just stand there and it'd be like, I mean, they didn't move hardly at all. And if they were standing here and the puck went to the side, it wasn't like they were sliding over to block the shot. If they didn't get it with their paddle, that was. But what was interesting is though there was less scoring, so or at least I mean, it wasn't as high flying. You would think what would be hysterical to see, like if somebody could simulate the old time goalies versus like the offensive players now, it'd be a disaster.
What's really amazing, the most amazing difference to me is like you got a guy like Ed Jockerman who looked like he was 5'8",
right?
Maybe 5'9", and like 150 pounds, and he's wearing those little small Cooper pads and the funny mask that just a piece of fiberglass.
Yeah.
So if they got hit with a shot, it hurt like hell.
Oh yeah,
they cut him.
Right.
But then and then you got, of course, Vasilevsky, who's probably a foot taller than him. He's 6'8" on skates.
Right.
That's the big difference for me.
Yeah.
And the other difference is just how much faster and more skilled the players are. Don't forget they're using wood sticks, so you don't see a lot of sticks breaking.
Right.
And it's the 74 Flyers. It's the big bad boys. Schultz and Kelly and Bobby Clark, and it brings back a lot of memories for me because that's that was my formative years with the Islanders, and we hated the Flyers.
Yeah. Yep.
Lots of major. I talk about brawls. I saw Clark Gillies beat up Schultz and Kelly in one night at the Coliseum. One night.
Oh man!
And these guys were fighting without helmets. So they weren't hitting visors. They were hitting jaws. No pun intended.
Yeah, no, totally different.
Anyway, that's all I got. Yep. So guys, if you it's just it's cool to go back in time and check out some of these games.
Yeah, what we got to do is we got to set you up to like review or recap, like you watch one of the old games and then you do a recap of one of the old games.
We should do that. I'll tell you which one I'd like to do. I mean, the only unfortunate thing is we know the outcome.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite games. And
well, you know the outcome. I don't remember. I was 2, so I don't remember shit.
Well, here's one of my favorite games of all time. I went to the game at the Garden. It was the Bruins versus the Rangers, Bobby Orr versus Brad Park. And the one thing that stuck out in my mind from that game is they went at it at center ice.
Right.
Because your Brad Park was your, superstar defenseman for the Rangers. Obviously, Bobby Orr for the Bruins. Bruins and Rangers hated each other. That back in those days, we didn't have 32 teams.
Right. Yeah. It was.
And in fact, in '67 was the first expansion from the original 8 or 6 or whatever the original was. And then, they had another one. And obviously 72 is when Atlanta and the Islanders came in. But, man, those years, the Bruins won 70, 71, and they won in 72. So the Bruins beat the Rangers. I don't know if that was the finals. I think it was. Again, we're going back 50 years, guys. Yeah. Too many brain cells are burned out.
Yeah,
anyway, that would be fun. That would be a fun thing.
Yeah. That will give us something to do over the summer. All right. We really appreciate all the support, all new subscribers. Thank you, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. You know the drill. Stu and I'll be back tomorrow morning. And I'll be back tonight. Same thing, live stream 1 hour before the game. I'm still doing the Florida Panthers giveaways. 2 nights ago, I gave away 2 flags. Last night, I gave away 2 cards. So I'm still doing those because I had plenty of stuff to give away because the Panthers were going to the Stanley Cup finals and now they're not. So there's that. You can tell I'm a little crispy this morning watching Gerard Gallant kick the crap out of Tampa while we don't know what we're doing to coach. This is going to be tough for me to let this go. This is hard. This is because that's when I started the channel. And I was pissed off then. I was like, why are we doing this? And
he's got that determined look on our face.
This is grating me. This one is grating me. So, but that's it.
I just
have a happy day.
Wonder what the Panthers would be if we had some damn stability with our coaches.
Right.
Cooper, think about how many years Cooper's been their coach.
Right. Yeah, that's an excellent point, man. You know, it really
we haven't had stability. Think about it.
No, we haven't. I mean, Gallant was here, what, 3 years?
Burnett, Quenneville, Bugner, Gallant, Deneen,
right. DeBoer, yeah. Everybody's like 2 or 3 years, right?
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. So there you go. That sums it up. All right, guys. Appreciate all the support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.